Hey guys, Pillow here, and I've been trying to start this video for about 15 minutes now, probably even longer. I've just been doing like takes of the video for 15 minutes, just the intro, because I don't know how to start. I find it hard to do videos where I'm talking about a lot of negative things. I find that hard. But this year's Game Awards happened a few days ago, and I'm pretty late. But there's just been something that doesn't sit right with me after watching them. And this is going to be hard for me to say, but I don't think I'm going to watch the Game Awards anymore. I think they're a joke. They're not good. There's a few reasons for that. It could be the fact that Nintendo had 0 presents this year, and like, that's minimal. That could be multiple reasons. That could be someone dropped the ball on, Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards part of things, or someone at Nintendo dropped the ball, or Nintendo was just being themselves, and we want to save what we have for E3 or our upcoming Nintendo Direct, and we don't want to show it at the Game Awards, and that's fine. But zero representation for Nintendo is that's pretty rough. It could also be the fact that a lot of the world premiere, a lot of them just weren't impressive. I know it's almost like an ongoing joke at this point, like watch the first 15 minutes of the Game Awards and you get to see everything that is worth seeing. But man, were some of these trailers just not exciting. Initially, whenever I was watching the Game Awards, I thought I was going to do like a comedy video of, you want to know what my favorite game was showing off? And then just stitch a bunch of the samey trailers that we got of shooters, where guys are just, screaming into their headset microphones, being like, "Oh no, the aliens, we gotta stop the aliens, shoot them, it's dark horror, scary with guns." And I don't know, maybe it was just me, but it felt like there were like 7 games that were shown off like that. There were, I don't know, it didn't seem exciting. But I think the biggest thing that doesn't sit right with me in the Game Awards is just that, the awards. If you go onto a Wikipedia list and look at some of the stuff, look at the nominees and the winners, and certain things just don't make sense. Now, I'm not taking away from any video game that got nominated, and I'm definitely not taking away from It Takes Two. The game is amazing. It's one of those games that I think you can definitely point to and say that is a work of art. That's something special. But I don't think it deserved to win Game of the Year. I don't think it really deserved to win Best Family Game of the Year. And I don't think it deserved to win Best Multiplayer Game of the Year either. Once again, don't get me wrong, It Takes Two is an amazing game. It Takes Two is really, really cool. It's a good concept, and it's a really good game. So if you've been keeping up with the news and anything about the Game Awards, all of the nominees were announced. It's some date in November. I can't remember. I'll put it up on screen so you can see it, but it's in November 14th. I think it's 14th or the 22nd. I don't know why those two numbers stick out, but it's either the 14th or the 22nd. That's whenever the nominees were announced. Now, It Takes Two was nominated for Best Multiplayer Game, Best Family Game, and it was nominated for Game of the Year. And that just goes to show that what I'm about to say shouldn't take away from how good It Takes Two is, but it should take away from what the Game Awards are. Now, I'm no lawyer and I don't understand a lot of this, so I'm not going to get into a lot of legal technical stuff, but on December 3rd, at least I think it was December 3rd, at least that's whenever the news broke, It Takes Two was hit with a copyright claim by the people who make Grand Theft Auto, the company named Take-Two Interactive, basically making it harder for It Takes Two to use that name in a lot of like marketing and a lot of other things, basically making it hard. And it was definitely a big story. Just about everybody, every video game podcast on YouTube, on any kind of podcast network, or even a lot of news outlets, were turning the story into, well, what it was, a big company kind of bullying a small company. And it was exactly that. Take-Two was bullying them into... They were just being jerks, and why not whenever you have that much money to throw around, I guess. And the overarching feel to that happening was, oh, this is not fair. We don't like this. And I didn't like it either. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's good. Like, I'm not like, yeah, this is what should be happening. Smaller independent studios should be losing copyright, to their name of their game because it kind of sounds like a big company. Kind of sounds. It doesn't sound anything close like. But the overarching narrative was poor It Takes Two and big mean Take-Two Interactive, which was the story. That's right. Now let's go back to those dates. Just because something was announced as a nominee in November doesn't mean that Jeff Keighley and all of the staff at the Game Awards know what was going to win. In fact, voting for the Game Awards stops December 8th at 6 p.m. And the Game Awards air on December 9th. So this means anything that happens from November all the way up until the last day before the Game Awards can influence votes. And if you want to, you can go to thegameawards.com. They have all of the information that I'm using. You can check. They say right there, voting ends this date, voting started this date. I actually had to go onto Wikipedia to figure out when the nominees were first shown. So I might be a little bit wrong there, but I think it was in November. But maybe it did deserve to win. Maybe I'm just a bitter Nintendo fanboy who was very mad that there was no one more thing at the Game Awards. But you can't sit there with a straight face and tell me that this did not influence the Game Awards. And yeah, that's about it. Just something that I felt like needed to be talked about that I haven't heard anyone talking about yet. At least I don't think so. I don't think anyone's brought this up or like theorized like, hey, maybe this is why It Takes Two performed so well at the Game Awards, because the voting system is flawed. Like I said before in previous videos, I kind of want to get out and branch out into talking about video games and talking about news about video games, and this was just something that happened recently that was on my mind, so I figured to make a video about it. Just want to preference before we move on, It Takes Two is an amazing game. It's an amazing game. But the Game Awards, I'm not watching them next year. And I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, thank you for clicking on the video. Go ahead and click all of the other buttons down there. I know you can do it. Thank you once again for your precious time. Bye. Hello, I am Pillow, and my face looks pretty awful after I've shaved, but you know what was really awful? Was the Game Awards. Ugh.